My name's Rebecca, and I wanted to take this time out and discuss with you violence against women. The first thing that I want to show you is the fashion magazines. These are some of the most popular magazines in our society today. When you look inside the magazines, what you're going to find is women, just like you and me, dressed in beautiful clothing and wearing really beautiful jewelry, handbags, expensive perfume. But what you would never know, and what's the most shocking to realize, is that 1 in every 3 women in our society today are affected by violence. That means that in this magazine, when you look through it and you look at the faces of the women, 1 in every 3 of these women have been victims of violent crimes. The second visual that I've included for you to view is a graph that shows the hazards to women's health. You'll notice in that graph that abuse is second only to disease in affecting a woman's health in her lifetime. That means you're more likely to be abused and be the victim of a violent crime than to be in a car accident, a plane accident, or any kind of hazard. Now, a lot of us wonder what causes abuse to skyrocket the way that it is. The reason that it's happening is because we're failing to report it. Studies show that out of the 25% of all women who are abused, only 2.5 to 15% of those women actually report that they're being abused. The reason for this is that there's a culture of tolerance that accepts violence against women as being normal. If we continue to have this air of tolerance, women will continue to not come forward. And the more women that don't come forward, the more people will be abused. What can we do to stop the abuse now? The only way to stop the abuse now is to open up a dialogue. First, letting the victims know that you know that they're being abused. That would be your family, your friends, anyone that you suspect of being the victim of a violent crime. Opening up a dialogue with them to discuss their victimization will help them feel empowered to report the abuse. The second most important thing is reporting crime. Report to your local 211, your Crime Stoppers, your local agencies that you or someone you know is the victim of a violent crime. Only once we report that there has been abuse can the local authorities seek justice on behalf of the victim. Once we can show victims that they can have justice, only then will more feel empowered to come forward. What we have to do is break the silence. And the only way that we can break the silence as a society is to open up this dialogue about reporting crime. On another side note, I wanted to mention that I read an article recently about the abuses that have been suffered to our women service members. It was shocking to know that even women in our own military, with all of the guns and all of the protection, even they are being abused. If we continue on like this and we allow this air of tolerance to continue, even our service members will not be safe. I urge you all to take action as soon as possible. And the action that you need to take is first, opening up that dialogue, being able to talk to the victims and let them know that you're aware of their situation. Only after you speak with them will they feel empowered to come forward and report the abuse. But you don't have to be a victim to report a violent crime. I urge you also to go to your local 211 hotline, call the local authorities, call your local agencies, and report that you or someone you know are the victims of a violent crime. We can't end violence overnight, but once we start working to stop at least one case of violence, only then will it start to be worth it. Thank you so much.